Well, Travis has been back at practice all week. He's been a light practice designation. Chris Jones is also now finally back. They've gotten his deal worked out, as we've talked about. He did not actually. He was also a light practice designation all week, and those two guys that were expecting to be fully back this Sunday. There was also another light practice from L'Jarius Sneed still dealing with the knee injury. Clyde did not practice on Wednesday due to illness. So his issues are already flaring up in week two. He was a full practice today as of Thursday. But already starting to have issues with Clyde not being available for some portions of the week. So it's only a matter of time before he's not available at all. Everybody else, full designations, full practices. It's good to see. But most importantly, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce are back. How excited are we to have the band back together?
Rootin' tootin', ready for a good time. I tell you what. I do we think Chris Jones is gonna come back to like up to speed? Like is he conditioned? Like do we think he's just gonna plug and play right back into the D line?
Absolutely, man. I think he's ready to
You
go.
do?
He's
Without
itching for it.
question. I think in terms of being conditioned and ready to go, he's 100% healthy. He's been we know that he's been working out. He's ready. He stays in rigorous shape. He's gone through a holdout before and come back and been fine. Um, as far as it
Rigorous
goes
shape, huh?
with as far as it goes with uh like taking those hits in preseason and through practice and being like football condition ready to take those hits,
Football.
that's a little bit different, but he's a veteran. He's been around long
I'm
enough.
sorry, you guys not liking my ad libs right now?
I love him.
They're
Okay.
great.
Keep him
Oh,
going.
good. Okay. All right.
We just can't
Before
stop the
we
show
get
every time you do an ad lib.
before we get too far into the Chiefs show, we do have the Thursday night football game going on between the Eagles and the Vikings. We've seen a large play from Devontae Smith to start off the first drive. Eagles are up 10-7. I believe it was TJ Hawkinson who got the touchdown for the Vikings. Other than that, there's been a couple of turnovers on, I believe, one turnover on each side, a fumble by Alexander Madison, and a pick thrown by Jalen Hurts into double coverage. Dumb move. But throughout the Chiefs show and throughout the NFL show, we are pleased to bring back our two segments. We'll be bringing back the boring sideline reporter Sean should any big plays happen. And we are 52 seconds left with the second quarter. So in between quarter breaks and halftime, we will bring back our Talking with Tyler segment, as well as any time that he gets upset, which is pretty much all the time. So he will be back as
He,
well.
he's not that upset right now. I haven't heard him chirping in the background. Minnesota's doing much better against the Eagles than their game against them last year. I think Kirk Cousins threw like 3 picks in that game or something.
It is a Thursday night game, and we typically see a lot closer scores. So that 6.5 point spread uh, never looked very good to begin with.
I mean, it is also primetime Kirk Cousins, so you never know what you're going to get.
Never know. Well, getting back to the
He's
Chiefs
only down
here.
3, guys.
Getting back to the Chiefs here. One last bit of news that I did want to talk about real quick. It was all over Twitter, media, anywhere you can find it. And obviously, the broadcasters were talking about it during our game last Thursday. Juwan Taylor lining up as deep as he did, as well as should have probably had quite a few false starts. The NFL is very upset with how the referees handled that situation and other situations throughout week one on Sunday with tackles lining up way behind where they should be. But because of the ridiculousness that it happened with the Kansas City Chiefs, they are forcing the issue and having referees watch film and ready to throw more penalty flags this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Specifically, false starts. And
No,
that,
specifically lining up in illegal formation is what what they've come out and said. The tackles are allowed to be as far back enough to where their helmet is on the waistline of the center. You can be back that far, but not any further back. You know, it was pretty bad for Juwan Taylor. It is known even back when he was with Jacksonville that is how he lined up. And we did see last year with Lane Johnson and on Sunday, pretty much every single tackle in the league was lining up that far back. But the league has put a nix on it, and they are having every single referee look out for this. So it is possible that we see a litany of penalty flags on the field this week for illegal formations, as they're going to call it.
so what you're saying is Juwan Taylor got his first and only false start or alignment issue penalty week one, and they're going to target everybody else after that.
Juwan Taylor got the penalty for the false start. He never once got the penalty for illegal formation.
Right. So what I'm saying is week one is the only time we're going to have an issue with it. Now they're going to fuck everybody else because of that.
Yep. Correct.
Perfect.
Yep. Yep. Good job, NFL.
Thanks. Pays to be at the top.
It does.